Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing an essentials video. This is just a video based around drugstore makeup. I do have a bit of the high-end makeup in there, but I've also got drugstore dupe as well, just so we're keeping it affordable for everyone. I've also got some brushes in there as well. These are just products that I think that I couldn't live without. These are products I've been using for ages and I use every single makeup application without doubt. This is just an insight into what I use and what is good for me and what could be good for you. So I want to start with brushes first. First thing that we do when we do our face, we do our primer and our concealer. So firstly, I think that you need a good stippling brush or a kabuki brush. So this is my new Sigma one that I have just got. And this is my Artiste Manicare Professional that I bought the other day. Now, I did say that this brush isn't very good in the sense that it has lots of bristles coming out all the time, but it did work. If you can just take the bristles off your face whenever they come off, then so be it. But if that's all you can afford at the time, then go for it. It's really good. And if you're in Australia and you can't wait for a Sigma brush or you don't want to pay the shipping on it, then yes, this is a good brush to have. Otherwise, if you can afford it or you are in America, then yes, the Sigma brush is amazing. It's the F80, so definitely give this one a try. The next thing we use is concealer. So my concealer brush is the Artiste Manicare Professional, and this is the Foundation Concealer Brush. It's number 50. I've used this brush when I purchased my other brush, and honestly this brush is amazing. I have had no problems with it whatsoever. It blends perfectly, gets in the corner of your eye perfectly. Honestly, it takes me 2 seconds to do my concealer. It's amazing. And this one was $23 Australian, but so worth every dollar. I will always be using this, and I didn't get a concealer brush from Sigma, so definitely one to have in your kit. After we have concealed our eyes, we need to set our eyes. So this brush here is the Real Techniques setting brush. This brush is amazing. It's done me wonders. I use this over my concealer, just to add some powder over my concealer so it's not sticky. And I also use a lighter powder, which I will be showing you soon, just to highlight that area even more. If you're from Australia, you can buy them from Priceline. They are overly expensive at Priceline, so don't really do it if you don't have to. If you go to iHerb, they sell them cheap there, and there's bulk there too, so you can buy more. And it's a lot cheaper. So eyebrows for me are very important, like everyone knows. So this is my Sigma E65 brush. I am showing you this brush because it is a good beginner's brush. I have used this for 2 years now, not this exact brush, but another one. The angled brushes are great. They get in all of the angles that you need. They fill in the tail perfectly, they round the top perfectly, and they also fade and shade in the front as well. Really, really good. So this brush is a must-have. You can buy these anywhere, really. Artiste Manicare Professional have them as well. But anywhere you can find makeup brushes, you are going to find an angled brush. So definitely get one of these for your eyebrows. They will not do you wrong. And lastly, for the brushes, if you can't afford big high-end brushes for shading and blending, then you should buy this brush here. Now this is the Napoleon set brush, and it's a crease blender brush. Now this is what I was using before I had my Sigma brushes, and this brush has done so well for me. It blends perfectly. It's nice and soft. It's got really good bristles. Nothing ever comes out. And like I said, it'll blend and blend and blend. So it's a good beginner's brush. I bought this brush at Big W. That sounded weird. I think it was only $11 or $14, something like that. Really affordable, really good brush, and like I said, if you're a beginner, it's perfect for you. Alright, now for the fun stuff, which is the makeup. So I will start with my primer. I use the MAC Prep and Prime, which I've showed you before. This is a high-end makeup primer. It is $55, I'm not sure. I have only used this one. I've never used a cheaper version, but I've heard that Models Prefer has a really good $12 primer that I've heard a lot of people use. So that might be one to check out. But primer is very essential. You need to put it on before your foundation. It just gives you a smoother application, fills in your pores, and makes your makeup last longer. So definitely invest in a good primer. If you can't, then try the Models Prefer. Really, primer's a primer, so anything underneath your foundation is going to do good. Next essential is a concealer. This is a cheapo. It's a Dream Lumi Touch Highlighting Concealer by Maybelline. This was, I think, $15 or something. I've never used it before, but since using it, I've realised that this is one of my favourite concealers that I've used, and I'm so happy I came across it. It is just a concealer pen, and it has a twisty at the bottom to twist the concealer out. And because of the tip on the pen, you can just streak it all the way in the places that you need, and it blends awesome. So that's a good one to have. You can get these at any of your drugstores, Priceline, Big W, Kmart, then I'm sure you can get them online somewhere. So I talked to you about my setting brush, and I use a lighter powder, which is the the Australis Fresh and Flawless Pressed Powder, and this is in the natural colour. This was the lightest colour that they had, so I figured it would be perfect. It is lighter than my foundation, so I just use this on a setting brush and put that in the concealed parts, and it gives me extra highlight. So I think getting a lighter powder than your foundation for your concealer to be set is a really good idea. Okay, and now for the translucent powders. Back in the day, I was using a pressed powder over my foundation. A lot of people do this. There's nothing wrong with that. It's good, but a pressed powder is a foundation in itself. So really you're putting on 2 loads of foundation, and that's going to give you a really heavy look. If you like a heavy look, go for it. I used to like it a lot. Now I find that I just need something to set my face, set my foundation, take away that stickiness. These are just translucent powders. This is the Professional Loose Powder by, I'm pretty sure it's CoverGirl, to be honest. Yeah, it is. Oh, duh. CoverGirl. It's definitely CoverGirl. Like everyone probably has watched Lauren Curtis and decided that they're going to get her favourite translucent powder, and that's the Face of Australia, which I have gone and done myself. Personally, I like this one better, but it's nearly empty, so I've just gone on to this one, and I don't really want to buy another one because this does do the job. There's nothing wrong with it at all. But a translucent powder is something that you definitely need if you don't want to use a pressed powder. If you're only using a liquid foundation, yeah, use a translucent powder over the top. It just takes that stickiness away, sets your makeup even better, and it's a clear powder, so it's not shown at all. It's a must-have. Now for bronzer. To contour my face, I use the NARS Casino, and it's a very dark palette, as you've probably all seen before. Before I saved up for the NARS, I bought the designer brand Mosaic Bronzer 165. So this is a good bronzer. It's not as dark as the NARS one. Obviously this one's a lot darker, and it gives you more definition. But this is a good one if you can't afford this one, because it is quite expensive. I bought this one off Strawberry Net, so I got it cheaper. I think $10 cheaper than in store, so online shopping sometimes is a good thing. But the designer brand one, like I said, is also a really good one too. Alright, second lastly, I use the Revlon ColorStay 545 in Attitude. This is a good eyeshadow quad to have. It has all the natural kind of browns. I use the darkest shade here for my eyebrows, but if you want to use them for an eyeshadow as well, it is a good highlighter under your eyebrow, a good base colour, a nice transition colour, and then the nice crease colour. So it's a really, really good quad to have. It's a nice, natural, everyday smoky eye look. Quite cheap as well, and this has lasted me, I think, 2 or 3 years. And I know you're not meant to have products for that long, but honestly it's done me no wrong, so it doesn't bother me too much. Sorry I said second lastly before, but this is second lastly. Mascara. Now, Clump Crusher by Lash Blast, which is CoverGirl. This is the best mascara you can have. It is affordable. It is such a good mascara. It has rubber bristles, so it's not going to get cluggy. It never ever has. And this is an amazing base mascara. This separates all your eyelashes, gives them a nice thin coat of black. If you like the more natural look, this is a perfect one for you. But if you're like me, which is like a lot of people, we use this as a base, and we use 2 or 3 on top of this, just to give us darker eyelashes, of course. But this is a nice base or natural mascara. And if you can afford it, this is the best mascara I have come across. This is called They're Real by Benefit. A lot of people would have heard of this mascara. It is black as black. I don't know if it has fibers in it. I don't think it does. It's a rubber bristles like that, but the actual mascara itself is quite thick, so it gives you a really good coat of black mascara. And I love it. The only fault is, which I've not had with any of my other mascaras, is it always leaves black marks on my eyelids. This is why I say it might have fibers in it, because it makes my eyelashes longer. I'm not too sure, but the ink is very very wet, I guess, and that might be the reason as to why. But if you can afford it, definitely get this mascara. It is amazing. And finally, for our lipsticks, these are my two all-time favourites. These are my Rimmel London. These are 210 Fancy and 700 Nude Delight. Now, if you're like me and you go to work, everyone goes to work, whatever, you need a nice natural looking lip. So I started using the 700 Nude Delight. This is an amazing nude colour. It has a bit of shine in it too, so it's a really nice beigey nude. Absolutely love it. But then I came across this in a discounted box, and for $3.99 I thought I couldn't really say no. And I didn't get to see the colour. I just thought, wing it, see what it's like, and I found that it is the best lipstick ever. It is a shine to a natural lip colour. I'm wearing it now, but the lighting looks shocking, so it doesn't look that great. But it is amazing. I use this every day when I go to work. So if you don't want to use a nude colour, but you want a little bit of colour but still very natural, definitely find these. So you can find these at any of your drugstores. Rimmel London's very cheap and affordable, and they're amazing lipsticks. So I hope you found something in my collection that you really liked. All these are very affordable products, and you can find them online or at your everyday drugstores. Please subscribe and like if you liked the video. And I'm also willing to take suggestions for next videos too. So leave them in my comments, and I will see you soon. See ya!